Hello everyone, I am Garrett Oakamber, and this is The Black Masses. This is a game made by the exact same makers of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. This is a game they teased a little while ago, and now we get to actually see what the game looks like. We got to see some pictures before, and now we get to see the actual gameplay. This looks amazing. Now, this isn't like a next-gen whatever game, but it's using some similar features that their Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator used with, like, mass generation of characters. However, it's first person, so it's going to handle a first person game, and there's parkour. There's actual parkour, which is so cool, because you're throwing in billions of zombies, or infected, and you're able to run around and do whatever. So this is like Dead Rising meets Dying Light meets Skyrim. Actually, it's even closer to Hellraid, if Hellraid was an open-world game. And this is just cool. It's creepy. It's cool. Look at this action sequence. Like, now, mind you, this isn't like the greatest game I've ever seen, of course, but it's really cool what they're doing with this. I'm super pumped about this. I'm pumped about this game, and I will be crushed if it doesn't get released. Because Hellraid was something I was looking into. A medieval, like, zombies and infected and ritual occultist crap kind of game. And this is going to be the closest thing we get to that. Well, actually, it's going to be the only game of its genre. So you can check out the Black Masses on their official YouTube channel, which I'll link. You can also check them out there on Facebook, the Black Masses Official. Holy crap, that looks amazing. The game looks amazing. You can check out the full trailer uncut on their channel as well. But I wanted to talk about this, what we just saw. What fascinates me the most about this is that it is medieval themed while having the infected scenario, the zombie scenario, the living dead rising up, while being medieval. Because there haven't really been any games like that. You can't just say Skyrim. You can't just say any of those games, because those games don't focus on that. It's not a survival game. It's not based around that. This will be in its own genre. This is going to be surviving in an old world scenario with an apocalypse. For the pure sake of surviving in an apocalypse in an old world scenario. And that is something that the market hasn't curbed yet, or cornered, or whatever the terminology is. This is going to be standing in its own court. And many people have been wanting a game like this for a while that does that. Even if it's small, it doesn't have to be the most impressive thing. It doesn't have to be gigantic. This is going to be amazing for what it is. I just hope that it plays as well as they show it playing. And these are the guys that made the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, which in itself is a pretty straightforward game. It's a simple game, you get into it, you have fun. This game promises to be an RPG, promises to have, you know, the ability to create your character, build them up the way you want to build them up. So that is a huge stretch from the previous game that they developed to this one, which is a brave thing for a company to do, is to completely change gears. But I think they realized they could do this because they already have the ability to create a game where you can generate thousands of enemies and have them collide into each other. And thousands is a generous statement, because you can actually have millions or billions. There's no cap on those numbers. It depends on your machine. Years and years and years from now, when computing power is even stronger, people are going to go back to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator and construct battles you've never even fathomed. And whether or not the game will be able to actually handle that, it allows you to put those numbers in. It does allow you to put those numbers in. People have crashed their machines trying to put in billions, but you can. It allows you to do that. So they took the concept of a swarm, an unending swarm, and they applied it to a first-person game, which not a lot of first-person games have done that, with massive swarms. And like I said, there really is no example of a medieval zombie game. Hellraid would have been the first. Would have actually been the first. So that's really cool. I am super for this game. Unfortunately, it's coming out next year. So it's a game I was looking into it. I was like, oh, I wonder when they're gonna. They didn't talk about a release date or anything, and then they just said 2019. So gotta wait a full year for that. On top of that, there's going to be a few other games. The World War Z is not coming out this year. It's coming out next year. So there's some really awesome zombie games in the works. And this one is definitely, I think, going to be one of the more entertaining ones. I'm not trying to put any of them aside, least of all World War Z. I'm just saying that it's going to be more entertaining because it's doing something so out of the box and something that I really enjoy, letting the player decide their path. Oh, I want to leave the castle keep. I can jump out a window. That's cool. That is awesome. I want to, enter a castle, climb up the wall, or go through the front gate. You actually can climb. You can actually climb. So if you get walled in a city, climb up the building if you can. That allows choice. That makes your decisions all the more important. It's not like a false sense of difficulty or restriction when zombies swarm you. It's not like, oh, I didn't fight good enough. No, you can flee. You can actually flee, and you can flee in multiple directions. You can even utilize that same system to produce powerful attacks, which is something they didn't have to do, but that was really cool. They took some notes from Dying Light, which is amazing. That's awesome, because in Dying Light, you can literally drop down upon a zombie and just crush it, just wreck it completely. And this allows you to do that. This allows you to do something similar. I'm hoping they stay away from too much magic. It looked like you could enchant your sword? Or maybe it was like oil and then fire. That's fine. That's fine. I don't want them to go the magic route with this game. And the only reason is because at that point it no longer becomes this scary. If I'm a wizard, I don't feel as concerned for myself. I feel like, oh, I've got spells. I'm powerful. I'm a badass. I'd rather feel like a simple, peasant or a knight put in this position where the world is in upheaval and I have to fight my way out. That is going to make the game more enjoyable, at least in my opinion. I don't necessarily think they should go too crazy with a lot of fantasy stuff. Having undead swarms, that kind of stuff, and all the kind of specials. We saw a large infected covered in armor. That's cool. That's cool, because there would be, knights that turned, and maybe they are a little bit more intelligent. Maybe they've got weapons. I can believe it. That's perfectly fine. I just don't want them to go too crazy in mythology with, magic and stuff like that. But I figured I would post this video. I figured I'd talk about it because it looks cool. It looks really cool, and I'm super excited for it. I think it's more or less just trying to get the information out there that such a game can exist. I occasionally do this where I'll put on a video. I did this for Hellraid. I did this a few times for Dragon the Game, which still hasn't reached its potential, but I'll look at games that I think have potential that are really unique. And sometimes these games go places, and other times they don't. 7 Days to Die has gone places. Dragon the Game has remained in the past. And although the developers are insisting they're working on it, every update has changed the game so drastically. I'm starting to fear that it is either a cash grab or it's not going anywhere. It just won't go anywhere. I think they made some terrible decisions. They said they're rehiring, they're hiring positions, new staff, stuff like that. Hopefully that spells something good for Dragon. Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, I picked that game up because it looked funny, it looked cool, and I never expected them to want to create a game like this on this scale. And that's amazing. That's amazing. This could be the best thing they've ever tried. And Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, I really don't even feel bad now. At a certain point, it's like, oh, I stopped playing the game a while ago because they haven't really updated it. I don't feel bad about having spent the money on that, because now knowing that money's gone to building this game up, this is something I could really sink my teeth into. So, holy hell, this will be amazing. I'm going to end this video here, because I could literally talk for hours about making good decisions with spontaneous ideas for video games. And I've done this many times. I've talked about those kinds of games where they're really out of the box, and they're really good ideas that no one else is doing, because everyone else is copying a trend. Everyone else is trying to chase the purple dragon, so to speak. This game is out of the box. This game is spontaneous, and it's going to be an open world, zombie killing simulation, thousands of corpses on the area map at any given time, and you can climb, fight your way through, and otherwise survive. And as we saw in the trailer, there's plenty of different locations too. It's not just an overworld map. There is underground system mines. There's probably interiors, lots of interiors. I mean, we saw a building. This is cool. This could be like Kingdom Come Deliverance, only, you know, survive the infection. That is amazing. So I'm pumped for it. I want to know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the game. I'll see you in another video. Thank you for watching, and check out their official channel, and get Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, because frankly speaking, it's a fun game, and if they're gonna make stuff like this in the future, it's worth supporting. Bye.